Hey everyone, hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your new moon in Taurus message. The new moon in Taurus took place on May 16th or 17th, 2026, depending on where you live in the world. I did release a long 2.5 hour video on May 14th. However, in the past week, I've heard from many of you who said you were unable to understand the video because of its long format. YouTube did not translate it into your native language. So today, I edited that video down into 12 individual videos, 12 single videos, one for each zodiac sign. So YouTube will be able now to translate it and you will be able to understand the message. It is not too late to watch this reading, as this is a 6-month reading, and it is never too late for you to plant some seeds for a new life or a new chapter of your life. So please watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And also keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through, take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. With all of that said, now let's begin. Hello, Leo, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's take a look now at your new moon in Taurus message. You have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay. And then you also have shadow. This might be a very good opportunity for you to eclipse. And in a tarot deck, the Eight of Cards is the only card that actually shows an eclipse. And this is the new moon, right? So there's something here about you have an opportunity here to maybe eclipse a shadow side of yourself. Or to eclipse a situation, environment, and connection in your life where you are bombarded by the negative energy from that situation, environment, or connection shadow. Let's see where we go with the message. Tell me more about this. Expect powerful change. Like if you were to eclipse this, either within yourself or to eclipse whoever is imposing their shadow on you, this would be huge change for you. The opportunity for you to now build something meaningful in your life that will last. Tell me more about this here for Leo, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have you, the sun. Okay. We have the King of Cups and we have the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. The choice is yours. Tell me about the sun here. Tell me about the sun. One more shuffle. Thank you. The sun is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Hanged Man. King of Cups. Tell me about the King of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The King of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords, clarified by that Page of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. There you are. So for me, Queens exist in the present because they process the past. And Kings take action. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Okay. So there's something here in your life that's not working out. And you've invested a lot into this. I don't know what this is. Situation, environment, connection, a business idea. There's something here. You really wanted to make a go of it. And I think this energy of the new moon in Taurus is showing you that it's time to pivot and create something new. You might not have to totally abandon what this is. Like maybe it's a business idea you had or a project, but you might have to pivot and do it differently. Like that's where you can expect powerful change, to say, I've been trying to do this for 1 year, 5 years, 20 years. It's not working. But I don't have to give up on it. Some of you do have to give up on it, okay? But for some of you, it's just, I just got to pivot and learn something new in that Page of Swords. So take the message how it resonates to you. But I think the shadow side here is you. Please don't be offended. These messages are intended to help us. There's a little bit of ego here at play in that shadow side that says, I know that I've been doing the same thing over and over again. I've been engaging with the same person. I'm at the same job. I'm working on the same business plan. I know it's not working out, right? It's time in that hangman energy to look at it and be honest with yourself. I put all of this effort, all of this energy, you know, all of this movement towards trying to make this work, and I'm still in the Five of Pentacles. It's like being honest with yourself. This is no longer working. This either needs to change or I need to disassociate myself from it and do something completely different. King of Cups. Kings take action. Again, kings take action for me. Queens process the past. There's something here about looking at that investment. Look how the Queen of Pentacles is looking at that investment. Again, something that you've been working on here and being honest with yourself. You wanted it to be the Ten of Pentacles, emotional or financial abundance. It's not. It's Six of Pentacles. You're barely getting out You're barely getting anything out of it. You're certainly nowhere near the goal that you want it to be. So there's a little bit of like sunk cost fallacy, you know, here. Like, well, I've done it for so long. If I just continue doing it, it will eventually yield the results that I want. Not necessarily true. History has already shown you it's not yielding the results that you want. You can continue doing it. You have the divine gift of free will. You can stay in that relationship forever with that friend, that family member, that lover. It's still going to be the Five of Pentacles. It's not changing. No matter how much more time you give to it, or how much more talent you give to it, or how many more chances you give them, it's not changing. And that's being honest with yourself and saying, this isn't working. And maybe my shadow side, shadow to the sun card, sun again is Leo. There could be something here about pride or ego. I don't want to admit to others that this isn't working. This situation, environment, connection, this business plan, this exercise regimen, whatever this has been for you, it's just not working. It's not yielding the results that you wanted. So you have a choice here. Again, you have free will. You have a choice. The Page of Swords. You can look at this and say, okay, I still want to achieve this goal, but I need to learn how to do something differently. I have to take action on my own behalf and learn how to do something differently so I can achieve this. And maybe that's you sitting down with your person and saying, listen, we need to go to therapy or counseling, you know, individually and collectively as a couple. Like if this is a relationship reading, I don't think it is, but it could be for some of you. And saying, look, I think that we need to bring in this like third party intermediary here to help us move forward, because we keep doing the same thing over and over again and the relationship isn't growing. Could be that. Or it could be you being honest with yourself and saying, this relationship is not changing. Despite my best efforts, despite how much I continue to give and nurture and care for it, it's not being returned to me. It is not reciprocal. And if this person is not willing to change and the two of you are not willing to change together, then it's being honest with yourself and saying, okay, I need to create a plan how to get out of this relationship. And maybe being honest with yourself that maybe you're staying in it for ego or for pride. Again, like not wanting to admit that, oh my God, I spent all this time on this person and it's just not going anywhere. And same thing if it's a business plan. You can look at it and be honest and say, this is not working. Maybe I need to learn a new skill here. Two of Pentacles, time management. Maybe I have to get a certificate or a license. You know, just learn how to do it differently. Doesn't mean give up on it, but definitely learn, Page of Swords, how to do it differently. And I'm going to take action on my own behalf to do that because I want success with this business plan or my current business, you know, that I have if you're a business owner. But it's being honest and saying the products and services just aren't connecting with the public or with the end user like I was hoping for. So I have to change things up. Now, you could be honest with yourself and say, maybe it's time to close the business. But it could also be, well, I just have to find another way how to do this, how to run this business, how to publish this book. But I think what you need to confront is the shadow aspect. And I think that's what the new moon in Taurus is saying. You're going to be able to plant seeds in a new direction, either to do this differently or to be able to eclipse it and totally like move in a completely different direction. But first we have to eclipse the shadow. And the shadow is saying, I have to stay in this because I've invested so much time, love, money, or talent in it. And coming from a place of pride or ego, I don't want to look like I'm a failure. Can I get 3 cards here on that Five of Pentacles, please? One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. You keep making this decision, whether there's one person or 10 people involved here. 9s are very singular. And you're like, despite the financial and emotional loss here, or the loss of time, I'm going to keep doing this over and over and over again. It's doing the same thing over and over again with this person, place, or thing, and expecting a different result. And it's not yielding a different result. And there's something here about maybe being honest that you're a little stubborn here. 4 of Pentacles. It's Taurus energy. No offense to the Taurus is watching. I love Taurus, but every zodiac sign has high and low vibration. And your low vibration could be like wounded ego or pride. And Taurus low vibration here could be, but I want this to work and it has to work. Like being a little too stubborn. And you are a fixed sign as well. So it's just being honest with yourself in the energy of the new moon in Taurus that this is not working. And it's time to either pivot away from it or to pivot and learn how to do it differently. Because doing it over and over again, it's not changing. Can I get 3 cards on that shadow to the sun card? Some type of, what is the wound here? Or what is the shadow side? What is the shadow side here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The shadow side. The Fool, Judgment, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. I don't want to look like a failure. If I make the judgment call to move in a new direction, I don't want people to look at me like I gave up. Because the Nine of Wands is like I'm not giving up. So the shadow aspect, if this is your shadow, and you're like, but I have to keep doing this way, then that Nine of Wands is, I don't want people to look at me like I gave up, like I couldn't persevere, or I didn't have the courage to do this. But you do. You have the courage to change. You have the courage to learn something new. You have the courage to admit that this isn't working, and you either have to move on from it or do it differently. I don't think you realize the impact that you're going to have on the people around you if you were to make this shift or change. Because it's like, wow, Leo? Leo was in that marriage for 20 years. They're moving on from it. Oh, wow. Leo's been in that marriage for 20 years and they've had issues. They're going to therapy and counseling? Maybe I should go to therapy and counseling. Leo's been trying to get that off the ground for 5 years and it's not working. They're not going to give up on it, but they're going to learn how to do it differently. They're going to take some classes or courses. Maybe I should take some classes or courses. I think you're looking at this like a negative. If this is your shadow side and it is your reading. So people are going to, you think people are going to look at you like you're a quitter. People are going to look at you like your own hero. Like you were honest and authentic and you decided to do something better. They're going to look at you like you're wise, hermit, not like you're a quitter. Can I get 3 more cards on that, please, on that message? Judgment to the Nine of Wands there. One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. You think people are going to call you a quitter. People are going to say, wow, Leo had this goal or had this dream, and they did not self-sabotage themselves. They decided to move in another direction, get help, get a certificate, get more schooling, do it differently, do something else. You're actually changing the collective by doing this. Like you become a hero not only to yourself, but to those around you. And within the construct of the zodiac, you are energetically pushing the entire collective of 12 signs forward because everyone has Leo in their chart. Everyone has a Leo placement. So you will be literally, like the Leo collective has the potential here to shift the world just a little bit. Inspiration. Everyone knows a Leo or knows someone with a Leo placement. Everyone. And so you actually become a role model. You start impacting people in the physical 3D world, the people that know you, but also on that higher vibration of the 5D plane. People that don't know you are still energetically impacted by you. Don't sabotage your manifestation here by staying in something out of pride or ego. Can we get 3 cards on that Page of Swords? They all fell face down, so we're not going to take them. But can I please get 3 cards on the Page of Swords? 3 cards on the Page of Swords here. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the Star. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Everything you want is on the other side of pride and ego. Admitting that this is not working. And you decide to, King of Wands, move in another direction. King of Pentacles, move in another direction. What you want is on the other side of that. Stop looking at this like people are going to think I'm a failure. No. People are going to think that you're the hero or the heroine of your own life. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. So all you have to do in this new moon in Taurus is to plant the new seed. And you can plant the new seed by just being honest with yourself here. And then say, your next step then is, okay, if I've decided I've only been holding on to, so I'm being honest, I'm only holding on to this because of a shadow aspect. That's step 1. Step 2, now I'm going to start looking at what I need to do differently. That's planting the seed. Just the inquiry of that Page of Swords is the seed. 3 cards of advice here for you, my friend. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, the World card, the Devil, and the 10 of Wands, bottom of the deck, Temperance. Your advice here to put an end to that shadow side. The Devil is the shadow side. and to understand that that shadow aspect of you that is keeping you in this loop here is excessively burdensome, and it's restricting you from this new beginning that you want. Fool card. Don't let pride or ego get in the way of this. You have something really great here waiting for you. Whatever you wanted this to be and it's not, that's what comes in the moment you decide to take one step towards it. That is what I have for you, Leo. That is your new moon in Taurus message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.